Oh my gosh, I have never seen this. That is so cool. I didn't know they had, like, this is what it looks like inside the ship. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that. And then you can click on, I assume, like, the different areas. Oh, you can't, so it shows you where you are. That's so cool. Do they have those for all of them? Wait, let me... So I'm on the Lafu right now, so let's... Because I know they had this, so let's go to Belebog real quick. I want to see if they have one of those for all of them. I've just ignored that dot there for like the longest time. Alright, here's me.
Get some rest.
Oh my gosh, they do! Look, this is Belebog, and so this is like the upper city. And then this is what the undercity looks like. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, let's go see the space station.
If we're not on patrol, we should get some rest.
Okay, space station's pretty, like, basic. Oh, but the other ones are so cool. Alright. Well, I got distracted because I found something, like, 5 seconds after I started streaming. I don't really have any updates when it comes to getting, the... words. Getting... I'll remember the word the minute I get in there, I'm sure. It's the new part of the it's not new, but like the other part of the simulated universe. The Tadzaroth, the insect thing, the swarm disaster. There we go. Finally. So my biggest update when it comes to simulated universe is I now have every single level of this thing completed. Like all the worlds I have fully done up to their max level. This is new. Haven't gotten that started yet. That's one of the events, as you saw by my title. I'm really behind on getting these done. When it comes to Swarm Disaster, though, as you can see, I have 12 out of 13 of them unlocked. I'm just missing this Preservation one. And I'll finally be able to unlock the, whatever it's called, the new path. I literally have forgotten what the new one is called. Oh yeah, and I've done all of these levels, and I just got 4. Like, 4 was so difficult to get done, mostly because every single time I'd get destroyed on Kafka. Max level Kafka is hard. But yeah, the newest path, it's not Preservation, it starts with a P, I think. But yeah, so I haven't really gotten like a super large amount of secrets done. I've got some of them in their entirety. Once I get all of them unlocked, we'll do like a little story time, and then I'll read through all of them for you. You can see here's my current unlock level. And then with these achievements, this is where I'm at. So I have a good chunk of the achievements. I'm getting towards the bottom. I still don't have any of the gold achievements. We are working on that, do not worry. But yeah, so this is where I'm currently at, almost to the bottom. This one I have to get so many of the cosmic fragments, and then have my people at max health. When I change that. So that's just literally like, it's gonna take time to do that one. So I hadn't gotten as much of this done as I was doing it because I was too busy trying to get World 7 done. World 7, like, the Part 3 and Part 4 have just been destroying me, honestly. I'm so glad to finally be done with that. What else? I haven't gotten anything new when it comes to the, where is it? Forgotten Hall. Like, I have not really gotten any further in that than I currently am. You can see my current stats. I have this one fully done, and then these two, I think I've been able to get to, like, the second one in Forgotten Hall before I get stopped, and then I haven't gotten really any farther in memory. I am excited to try them again soon because of the fact that this is something I have gotten done since the last time you all saw me. I have full teams of gold now. I got Bailu fully maxed out. This is what you all were seeing me do the last time I was with you all on this game and not Genshin. So I have Bailu fully maxed out. I got Dan Heng fully maxed out. And I am currently working on Himiko. I want to max her fully out. And then I'll probably do Kafka and then Branya. If I don't get a new character that I want to do. Because the Knight looks like he might be coming soon. And I am excited for him. I want him immediately. But yeah, so I've currently been working on Himiko, but as you can see, I actually have enough gold, that once I get a few more of them maxed out, I'll have 2 full teams of the gold characters, so I might finally be able to make some progress in Forgotten Hall. And then today, we are going to be working on... Oh, also, as a reminder, currently, as the time of stream, there is a relic event that you get double the drop, so make sure you all do that. I forgot about it yesterday. But the Planner Infinity, which you all saw was in the simulated universe, is an event in there. This one is not one that you'll be able to do in the future if you miss it at the time of this one, so make sure you get it in if you have the time. And then Aether Wars. This one is one that you will be able to do in the future, because they have some events that they'll let you do after the events occur, like in the future. So if you started the game today, you'd be able to do these events that happened prior. But as you can see, they both end in 7 days, and I have not started them yet, and so I am very behind. But hopefully you all have been having some fun watching me play Genshin. And so we have some achievements that I can finally show you all. Defeat 60 enemies with Firebreak. And some achievements here. When clearing simulated universe swarm disaster with Path of Preservation, apply Cornerstone to 8 domains of different types. And capture trotters equal to or greater than 16 within 1 adventure domain. That's the one where you have to zoom after them and hit them. And then swarm disaster, complete all choices of the paths in occurrence domains. So yeah, I have been working on those. And we got some text messages. So let's see what Himiko has to say. Oh, quite a few of them. Probably because I got her as a character. Alright, so let's make sure we get back to the Express in time for dinner. We just got a new shipment of fresh supplies. Anything strike your fancy? Well, if you haven't had meat in a while, probably this. Meat! Load me up on meat! You've had a long day. Better let your body refuel. Today's meal orders: crispy, crumbly pom-pom pie, tomato fried egg and rice without the tomato, whatever, assorted salt-roasted fish with onion rings, loads of meat, and the Express Special Supreme. I love the tomatoes with egg and rice. It's just egg and rice, fried egg and rice then. Don Hung's whatever is hilarious though. Congratulations on beginning your new journey. A little surprise for our new passenger. You shouldn't have. Well, if I'd known you were such a sweet talker, I would have prepared an even bigger one. From now on, you'll be receiving red packets every New Year's, so you may as well get used to it. I'll make sure to bring some coffee beans back for Himiko. Oh really? Don't keep me waiting too long. In fact, I also wanted to give you a few light cones, but unfortunately the train does have a budget. Next time I'll be the one giving you a red packet. I'll take your word then. I'm kidding. I tried coffee beans you brought me last time. Looks nice. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is indeed a good brew. That's what you said last time. I'm telling the truth. Everyone else is too busy to come try the coffee. I would like to hear your opinion first. When are you free? I'm here. Come on, you lucky young man. She's fun. Alright, and then the last thing before we get on these events, let me just... give me this. Alright, the last thing to do is I actually have enough for a standard pull. So here is our current wishes. Just barely enough for a standard pull. Quite a few of the event wishes. But, like I said, we are saving up for the night, and it does not look, if he is going to be in the next ones, it does not look like he is much farther away. I'm very excited for him. I have... what pity am I on? I'm at like 40 pity on here. So I'll probably get him pretty quickly. So we might be able to get his, well, only if I don't lose the 50-50, of course. And so... we'll have to see, but we should have enough savings that even if I lose the 50-50, I should be able to work with that. For the standard one, we only have 16 pity, so nothing too exciting. Oh, but we are getting close to the free pull. But this now is like, which one do we want? We got Himiko, so I no longer need her. She's a good meta character. I have Branya. Again, a good meta character. Don't really... I already have her. I have Gepard. I am tempted to get him again, though, so I can have his E1. I have Clara's 5-star light cone, so getting this one would make sense, because then I could have a fully built Clara. Not really all that interested in Yanqing. And then I already have a fully built Bailu. But an E1 Bailu would not be bad. Truthfully, it's only really between these three that I'm like considering. I really want a Welt because I don't have a Welt yet. I want him purely just for that. And he was one of the characters I was really excited to get. Haven't been able to get him yet. E1 Gepard would be really nice though, because I use Gepard on my team every single time. So having him would be really nice. Clara is only in the mix because I already have her 5-star light cone, and so I would be able to like fully build her instantly. But I actually have no interest in like her character though, so I feel like she'll probably show up. So it might actually just be between if I want to get E1 Gepard or if I just want Welt. So we'll have to see. But we do have a 10 pull, so let's see what we get. I'm hoping for either a Danheng 4-star card or a Sampo. I didn't mean to say card. I meant to say like an Eidolon for Danheng, but if we get the card too, that'll work. Because then I think I can max out his card. His light cone. Okay, a Luca. Not terrible, not terrible. Okay, so it is now time to get on with the events. It's been a while, everyone. Alright, so let's start with this. We gotta go to Pom Pom. Oh, and then we have, looks like, a companion mission. Is it here? A letter quietly lies on a table in the passenger car. Judging from its texture and style, it's from the Ciencio. On the paper, the names of the sender and the recipient are all omitted, with only a faint trace of dim ink vaguely visible. You unfold the letter, and the ink immediately becomes visible. It's as if an invisible hand holds the pen like a sword, making swift, decisive strokes. After a moment, the contents regains its original appearance. I have learned of your return to your home, how you upended the ancient seas and saved the world from danger. I am sure this has recovered your forgotten memories. In accordance with our old vow, we should once again roam our lands of past, drink in celebration, and recount our great adventures. Maybe talking about Danheng?
Upend the ancient sea and return to old ground. It's a letter for Dan Heng, but who is it from? I should ask the conductor.
Oh, Gepard! I don't think I've seen him on the...
Apologies. I've been busy lately, so I had to put off the express tour for a while. Here we are, finally. It's because we're friends that I feel a little guilty. What should we see next? Do we just follow the express tour route? All right, lead the way. I'm honored to be invited aboard the express, truly. I'm not just being polite with you.
I love him. The reason I want you one. Alright, Pom Pom. Okay, I also got up to level 68, so I'm finally able to claim that. We're gonna ignore the purple quest for now, because we are very behind on those events.
Did you hear about our next stop? It's a world called Penacony. I hear it's a beautiful, dreamy place. I'm so excited, but Pom Pom said the banquet we were invited to is still a little ways off. What can I do to pass the time, huh? Is that my phone? Must be the group chat.
Can you read this message, Express Crew? Yes. It's been a while, Branya. Branya, we're missing you so much. Great, I was worried that you couldn't receive messages. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it short. Recently, I've been working on preparing the Soulworm Festival, a traditional Belebogian festival. The standard celebrations for this festival have been suspended for years due to the fragments and the lockdowns, and Belebogians now really need a heated celebration to lift their spirits. So if you have time, I'd like to invite you to the Soulworm Festival and witness what we've achieved so far in reviving Belebog. Me too. Festivals and celebrations are right up my alley. It'd be great if you can come. Everyone has been missing you. Has Dan Heng been busy these days? He hasn't sent any messages in the group chat. He's holed up in his room recently. I guess he turned off all his devices. We'll check on him for you. Thank you, March. I look forward to seeing you all at the Soulworm Festival.
That Dan Heng. He can't just ignore Branya. Let's go to his room and talk to him.
Future Market Prologue. Dan Heng!
Dan Heng! Branya just sent all of us a message. Did you see it yet?
Yes, I saw it.
Then why didn't you reply? Branya's a good friend of ours.
I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood for idle chat. There's been a lot weighing on my mind since the Lo Fu. It was tough on the spirit.
I like that he can revert back to, well, I say revert, but like he can go back to this form. I was curious if he was going to be stuck in like his inhibitor Lume form. Hey, welcome, welcome. Good to see you.
Dan Heng, I'm the one who should be sorry. I was being too pushy. You're right. You went through a lot on the Xianzhou. Take all the time you need.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm finally able to start the event on the Honkai one, you know, with only 7 days left of it, so we might have to grind pretty quickly. Ooh, okay, so his time on Xianzhou is weighing on his mind. We can either, he wants time to think, but sometimes getting someone who's gone through a lot out to see a different change of scenery might be all what they need to like get out of their funk. I have not even like started any of the Fontaine quests, so probably no. I'm still on the Archon interlude quest with the Wanderer and his thing. The last thing that happened in Genshin with that quest is Scaramouche was like, is there any way to change the past? And like, kind of. Not in the way he's expecting, but like kind of. And so he has just done something that has like erased himself from history, or at least we think he has, because people don't know who Scaramouche is when we ask. That's about the last part I'm on with that quest. Which I'm definitely gonna need to like get a move on when it comes to Sumeru quests, because since they made it so that you can get like your daily commissions by doing exploration, that's all I've been doing. And a lot of Sumeru's exploration, especially the desert, is actually locked behind quests. And so I'm over here just like, I need to get a move on those quests. But the Honkai event was about to end, so I was like, too much to do. Okay, so should we force Dan Heng to go out or abide by his wishes? I feel like we should probably abide by his wishes, but like give him the offer. Like, hey, there's a festival going on. If you want, you can come with us. But if you want to stay in, we'll bring you back some stuff. So we'll tell him he can get some rest.
Thank you for understanding. It's great that Belebog is able to host a celebration. I hope your trip goes well. Say hi to our friends for me.
Okay. Rest up. You're not allowed to miss the next Trailblaze expedition.
I'll be there next time.
He won't budge, huh? Looks like it's just the two of us then. Pity. He's gonna miss out. We never get the chance to go on a stress-free adventure.
I wish I had like like a little red flag animation, because everything she just said just threw up a red flag. It's like, this is not going to be stress-free just because she said that.
I know, but it's still a shame, don't you think? If only Himeko could come with us. Maybe not. He's still wheezing from the trouble we got into on the Xianzhou. You didn't notice?
Is he in poor health? I did not.
At his age, he might not appreciate the extra excitement. Why don't we go ask Himeko to tag along? She might be up for an adventure. You've been on the Express for a while now, but you've never gone on a trip with Himeko before, right? Well, now's your chance.
This way. Oh, are we gonna finally be able to go into Himeko's room? Oh, guess not.
Hey, March. That's a big smile on your face. What's the good news?
Himeko, there's a celebration coming up on Eurillo 6, organized by the Supreme Guardian, and we're invited to go take in the sights and sounds. Dan Heng won't be going anywhere for a while. He's still resting up, so wanna come with us? I mean, considering how you helped us out with Cocolia, I'm sure Branya would be happy to see you.
So that explains the grin. You're excited about the celebration. Thanks for the invite, but I'm afraid my hands are full right now. Please send my regards to the Supreme Guardian. Make the most of the festivities. You've earned it. You two and Dan Heng did help save Eurillo 6 after all. I'll be sure to join you guys next time.
Navigators really do have their plates full, huh? Seems like it's just you and me this time. Let me go pack some stuff for the trip first. Come and find me when you're ready to set off.
They're really doing the whole like, have you explored the Xianzhou?
So, what do you think about my new dress? Pretty neat, right?
Are we getting skins? Are we getting skins already in Honkai Star Rail? Man, Star Rail really is the favorite child for Hoyo if they're already introducing skins.
It's been sitting in my wardrobe collecting dust for far too long, but now I finally got the chance to wear it. This kind of event doesn't come around every day. Why shouldn't I dress for the occasion? You're not really gonna wear that same old outfit, are you?
Do I get a change of wardrobe? Because I would love to change my outfit.
Let's just pretend I never said anything. As long as one of us is making an effort.
I would love to change my outfit, though. Okay, so I need to go to Belebog. Oh, specifically out of a certain door, okay. But yeah, no, I would love if they, like... What? Do I need to talk to her again?
Pajamas, hot water bottle, pom-pom doll. That should be everything. Let's go. Wow, that was fast. Don't you have anything you want to bring with you? Other people might fall for that, but I won't. I was just taking a look at Mr. Yang's records, and it seems like Eurillo 6's average temperature has warmed up quite a bit. It's much warmer than it was on our first trip there. I wouldn't call it livable just yet, but things are looking up. I'm so happy for Branya and Zila. Ready to go? Belebog, here we come.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, hello.
Belebog. 700 years. It's never too late to pick up the tab.
Oh, Brr! How do people living in all this snow celebrate anything? Oh, one thing's for sure, though. Where there's a celebration, there's bound to be food, right? Oh, come... Oh, wait a sec. That person over there. That doesn't look like a Silvermane Guard uniform. All in black. Surely they're not... IPC? On this world? Am I going crazy? The Interastral Peace Corporation. Who else? The one whose insignia is pretty much everywhere? That IPC. You still don't remember? Oh, what about Findy? That's one of their products. Oh, and the Interastral Peace broadcast. You know the one always being played on the Express?
Yeah, why doesn't that get turned off?
Never mind, it's not that important. The important question is, what are the IPC doing on Eurillo 6? There's only one way to find out. Let's go ask. I've always found IPC staff easy to talk to. Hi, do you work for the Interastral Peace Corporation? Or are you just dressing fancy today?
Boss, encounter with 2 unknowns. Want me to take them out? Over.
To take us out?
Take them out? Just hang tight for a second. I'm on my way. Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, I was supposed to be like, oh, is it this kind of thing? Mercenaries? Question mark?
Glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Topaz, an investment expert from the Interastral Peace Corporation. I'm here on Eurillo 6 for a special business assignment.
Okay.
You'll have to forgive my colleague here. People skills aren't his strong suit. Please don't take it to heart.
Phew! You scared the life out of me! We're here for the celebrations. We're not looking for more conflicts. Oh, right. We should probably introduce ourselves. I'm March 7th, a passenger of the Astral Express. You may have heard of it? And this is my friend and fellow passenger.
No kidding. I could tell you weren't locals from a mile away, but I didn't expect to run into two nameless here. Fate is such a curious thing. I heard that Eurilo 6 only stepped out of the Stellaron's shadow thanks to the direct intervention of the Trailblazers. Surely, you two aren't...
So humble all of a sudden, huh? Are you feeling all right? Should I call a doctor?
Is it canon that we're braggarts? Because I always pick the humble ones.
I never imagined I'd run into living legends here. Must be your lucky day, huh, Numby?
I want to cuddle it so badly.
Wow, Miss Topaz. You're really young for an IPC executive. That's impressive.
More good luck, I suppose. But it's not as cushy as you think. Scurrying from one side of the galaxy to the other. Going wherever businesses require me to be.
Huh. Your job sounds pretty similar to the express cruise. Aside from the business, I guess. Oh, Branya moves fast. The crisis is only just over and she's already opened talks with the IPC.
These talks aren't exactly what you might expect. But I have to agree. The Supreme Guardian definitely knows how to govern a city. And that's the reason I'm here on Eurilo 6. To meet with her. Miss March, you said you were on your way to Belebog festivities, right? My apologies for delaying you both.
Don't be sorry. It's not like we're in a rush. Want to come to the city with us? The snow plains are freezing, and it's easier than you think to get lost out here.
March, I know you have a good heart, but from that little cutscene we saw where she's like, oh, time to pick up the tab, I feel like I'm a little concerned that the IPC sold something to Belebog, and obviously Belebog hasn't been able to pay for 700 years, and so the IPC might be like, oh, well, you all owe us this much money along with interest for the last 700 years. How are you going to pay us? And so I'm over here just like, maybe we shouldn't bring her to Belebog. That's what my guess this event's going to be about with that cutscene.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll manage. It's my first time on this world. I'd like to take it in its vast, iconic snowscape for just a little longer. Who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths again during the celebrations. Oh, here's my contact information. I don't usually respond during work hours, but I'd be happy to chat off the clock.
Wow, I actually managed to get an IPC executive's phone number without even trying.
I feel like Sampo is rubbing off on us.
Me too.
You two make a cute pair. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. See you next time.
The outfit is pretty cool, though. This outfit.
The universe is huge, yet we somehow stumbled onto the same path. Fate truly works in mysterious ways, don't you think? Come on, let's head into the city. Wow, there are people everywhere. Are you sure we're in Belebog? And now to check out the main event, the food. Come on, keep up.
Oh, Paya. Payla.
Is that Payla? Looks like she's teaching the kids again. Next, I'll be introducing the history of the museum. Everyone listen carefully, okay? Belebog's History and Culture Museum was founded 600 years ago and was originally built to memorialize Supreme Guardian Alyssa.
Oh, so hungry. I wish I could have a red sunset salmon right now.
It was built to memorialize Supreme Guardian Alyssa Rand. And also, guess what? I heard there's gonna be a Silvermane adventure camp opening in the overworld soon. It's gonna be super awesome. Also, those who sacrificed their lives in the war against the invaders 700 years ago. Miss Payla, Peter's falling asleep. Enough. From now on, no whispering aloud. If you don't want to have any homework later, you'd better start listening. Sorry, Miss Payla. That's better. Now, where was I? Oh, I never knew Pela had a strict side.
Okay. Trying to do them kind of like in order of where I see some of them. No. Let's see what else, because we can only interact with like 3 of them, so I want to pick the characters I like. Trying to see who's over there.
Have you heard of the White for White Society?
Oh, I can see Serval over there. Don't know who that is. Oh, my boy! My boy! Of course we have to pick Gepard.
Guess who's back?
It's you two. Welcome back to Belebog. The Supreme Guardian mentioned there'd be mystery guests attending the Soulworm celebrations. But I didn't think it'd be the Express crew. I hope you had a smooth journey. I should have dispatched Silvermane guards to welcome you on arrival. My apologies.
Aw, it's fine. You really don't have to apologize. We're just passing through. It's no big deal.
Understood. I hope you both enjoy the festivities. Please make sure you keep your personal belongings safe. Pickpockets tend to take advantage of events like this. We'll be performing additional patrols.
Okay. The literally the sound clip that immediately went through my brain.
Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione pickpocket!
Anyway, you all must suffer through the sound clips that go through my head as well.
Got it. We'll get out of your way then. Bye.
Bye for now.
I love him. I want to see if... I don't think Sampo's here, because I've kind of looked at who's available, so let's go over to Serval.
Hey, quick! Serval's about to start singing.
Woo! Thanks, everyone! Hope you're ready for a great show! Let's get started! Heartbeats will shake me.
After some time.
Ugh. Who'd have thought just taking a stroll could be so tiring? Say, I think we should probably pay Branya a visit. After all, she was the one who invited us here. Or we could go check out some other fun stuff elsewhere. Your call.
Well, the thing states that pretty much I'm just... Oh, I guess it's so that you can, like, go do other stuff. But yeah, no, TikTok sound clips pretty much just live in my head constantly, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start making you all suffer through the sound clips too.
I understand the difficulties that this world is facing, Supreme Guardian. Belebog's current financial burden cannot be pinned on you, nor anyone else for that matter. However, objectively speaking, since Belebog has existed as an independent entity to this day, its debt cannot simply be written off. Oh, it looks like we have some visitors.
Branya! And Topaz? You're here too? I guess you've already started your business talks. We'll get out of your way if...
It's no bother. We've pretty much wrapped things up already anyway. Please consider my plans carefully, Supreme Guardian. If Eurilo 6 wants to rebuild its connections with the rest of the galaxy, your credit record with the IPC will be of great importance.
You've made yourself clear, Miss Topaz. I'll require some time to consider my next course of action.
Naturally. However, while you're deliberating, my colleagues will need to carry out some operations in Belebog. I hope that your subjects in the underworld are cooperative. I'm sorry our business got in the way of a reunion with old friends. I'll get out of your way.
I'm kind of sad that if March gets a new skin that we didn't get a skin.
Is everything alright, Branya? I didn't know Miss Topaz was so intense. She seemed nice when we met her.
It's good to see you two again. Welcome back to Belebog. I planned a special reception, but I had to deal with an unexpected guest. The lady you just witnessed, she claims to represent the eyepiece. There's no need to keep either of you in the dark. To tell the truth, I have too much weighing on my mind right now to even think about the Saltworm Festival. Since you've already made her acquaintance, I needn't explain who she is. I'm sure you've heard pieces of Belebog's history the first time you visited. The Legion's invasion 700 years ago, how the Stellaron brought about the eternal freeze.
I see a item I can interact with, and it's all my brain can pay attention to.
It seems that much of Belebog's history from that time was buried deep beneath the snow. Those memories were lost, and weren't passed down to the subsequent generations of Supreme Guardians. Topaz shared with me the story of the Stellaron's descent upon Yarillo 6. How the original outsiders stationed here foresaw the impending disaster, and chose to leave in large numbers. Among those outsiders were several investors from the Interastral Peace Corporation. Before they departed, they did something noteworthy. They sought out architects who refused to leave, those who insisted on defending their homes. The IPC provided these architects with significant funds to aid them against the coming disaster. It was with those funds that Belebog was able to construct its immense walls. Even the initial funding for the development of the first batch of automatons was drawn from the same pool.
Wow, that's a pretty incredible story. So, does that mean Topaz's business here is to collect a debt from Belebog?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
That's ridiculous! And what's with the timing? What took them so long to get here? If it wasn't for us eliminating the Stellaron, they'd have nothing to collect. It's obvious they're just trying to take advantage.
According to her account, the repayment period agreed upon by the architects and the IPC investors was 280 years. However, less than a century after the loan was taken out, the connection between Yarillo 6 and the rest of the galaxy was completely severed. The IPC deemed that the disaster had caused irreparable damage, and that there was no civilization left to reclaim the debt from. As such, they considered the owed sum permanently lost. It wasn't until the Stellaron crisis was resolved that the IPC discovered that Belebog had survived.
That's bullshit. Because they were paying someone to broadcast IPC advertisements to Belebog for 700 years. We texted with this person constantly. The IPC, like, they wouldn't pay someone to do that if they didn't think that there was a market for it. And, like, yeah, when we were texting him, he's like, oh, I should let the IPC know that someone finally contacted me back. And that the people on Belebog still exist, but they have had someone advertising this entire time. And also, from someone who's taken business courses, if the agreed upon time period was 280 years, and they supposedly, because of the interference of the weather, could not find a civilization when they did scans on the planet, even though the peoples here still existed and they'd already done a write-off, the people would not owe it. Plus, the original people they invested in no longer exist. Again, it would have been written off. What March is saying, literally the IPC is just trying to take advantage of the people of Belebog to get credit, because as a business, they have already written off the debt 300 years ago, because it's been 700 years. And if it was 280 years to collect the debt, then that's literally double the time. They have long written this off. This is bullshit from multiple angles.
And that's when they sent Topaz over to collect the debt.
And the interest.
I knew that. I knew it was gonna come to that. No, I need receipts. I need business records to show that the IPC had not already written off this debt. And then I need proof that in the written contract they stated that people afterwards would somehow be required to carry the debt. I need so much paperwork. the person who's taken business courses in me is just absolutely pissed at this. I'm like, no, 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 no. The IPC 100% is just trying to take advantage of this civilization because it's been so long because of the interest. Absolute bullshit.
An astronomical amount. I don't even know how to read such a long string of numbers. Before you both arrived, Topaz warned me that if the payments were delayed, the IPC would give her the authority to employ strong measures.
Oh, I had no idea things were like this. Here I was thinking the IPC had come to rebuild Belebog, not extort it. Yeah, we have to help Bronya out. The IPC is too big and powerful. The Belebogians won't be able to resolve this problem on their own.
You seem to have a deeper knowledge of the Interastral Peace Corporation than I do. But if the records are accurate, and they truly have a presence throughout the galaxy, the IPC could crush Belebog like a bug if they wanted to. I'm glad you're both here. I know you came for the festival, but now I must ask you and the Astral Express for help. Do you think you could persuade Topaz to reevaluate the situation? The Express's reputation precedes it. Perhaps there's still hope?
Have no fear, Bronya. When a friend's in need, the Nameless will always be at their side. I don't think we're at that stage yet. Miss Topaz seems like a reasonable person. With your silver tongue, I'm sure we'll make some progress.
Canonically, I never talk. What are we talking about, Silver Tongue?
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm so sorry for dragging you into more trouble. While you're out looking for Topaz, I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation. Best of luck, and stay safe.
I have so many feelings about this. It makes me angry. There we go. Doesn't look like there's anything else for us to collect.
Hey! I just remembered. Topaz gave me her number. We might as well just be direct and ask her where she is. She seems like the type of person who appreciates a straight approach.
Are you there, Miss Topaz? Greetings, Director Topaz. Is currently busy and unable to reply to your message. Please wait. An auto-reply? She really doesn't reply to messages during her work hours. Can you tell me where Topaz is gone? Hello, checking Director Topaz's schedule for you. Currently, Director Topaz is on an inspection tour of the History of the Cultural Museum, the Overworld Belebog Urilo 6. This thing is pretty smart, thank you.
Okay, got it. She's at the museum. Let's get going. We better think about what we're gonna say. She might be young, but she is an IPC executive. She's definitely no pushover.
As I stated, I need records proving that the business has not already overwritten this debt. Because they, like, literally in the sentence, it stated that they wrote it off as an issue, which means they would not be continuing to collect interest. They only after they discovered this did they decide to reinstate the debt, which, according to at least current business laws, would mean that the interest only started on when they reinstated the debt, not the in-between time from when they concluded the debt and now. Then again, this is space politics, so I don't know if it's different here. But at least from what I understand, it would not... It's not how it would work. I guess you have to do the museum event before doing this one. Well, I have gone around this entire bubble. Oh, there she is.
Oh, it's you two again. This is the third time today we've run into each other. Oh, did my smart reply function tell you where I was? It's a system developed by the technology department. Pretty neat, right? What do you make of this painting? I'm no expert, but just from the artist's strokes, I can tell it's no ordinary piece. It portrays a certain kind of sorrow, you know? Not your everyday kind of sadness. It runs much deeper than that. It's as if the artist had condensed history into one poignant but sorrowful image. The artist's brushwork depicts a several generations' hardships. Not at all. The analysis of an aficionado. I wouldn't take my word for it. The Express has visited many worlds. I'm sure the Nameless have a far greater knowledge of such things than myself.
I guess they're trying to, like, make you understand her personality a bit more so that you don't, like, that you at least give her the benefit of the doubt and don't just immediately hate her for, like, what's going on kind of thing, and don't just be like, evil businesswoman kind of thing.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is what I'm drawn to isn't the style in which a piece is painted, but its overall value. Its intrinsic value may only be 50,000 credits, but its added value might push the total up to 200,000.
Sorry for crashing your artist party, but we came to talk to you about something else.
Oh? A collaboration between our two sides, perhaps?
Not exactly. Actually,
Let's walk and talk. This way. Most exhibits in this museum are of little value. But, with a keen eye, it's possible to find a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Miss Topaz, Bronya's already told us about Belebog's debt situation.
Oh. You two are closer than I expected with her, so how can I help? Not sure in the arrangement?
Help me out here. You know I'm not good at this kind of thing.
I want documents.
You're so direct. I like that. I understand. From your point of view, I can see how unreasonable it appears. However, you must understand that debt collection is a big part of my job. I've dealt with cases far more difficult than Belebog's. I appreciate each case has its difficulties. But if I treated every late debtor as a special case, the galaxy's economy would come to a grinding halt. I've heard that before. More than a few times, actually.
Usually this game is pretty good that if I'm thinking about something, it makes it an option. So I'm over here just like, please, give me the option to demand documented proof of your business's tax and write-off history, please.
The Strategic Investment Department is well versed in handling such situations. We can offer the debtor various repayment solutions, but Eurilla 6 has far exceeded the allotted repayment period. I'm afraid milder solutions aren't the order of the day. So, I proposed to Bronya. Oops! Almost gave away trade secrets there, didn't I? That was a close one. The exhibits here are pretty ordinary. I estimate they're probably not worth much. Let's keep moving.
So you're basically saying the Belebogians must pay off their ancestors' debts.
When you think about it, it's just another part of the cycle of life.
I'm not sure it's as poetic as that.
Wow! Look! Is that little critter native to Eurilla 6? It's so white and fluffy. Where can I find a live one? I suppose it probably is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on display here. That's such a shame. I absolutely adore little animals. Have you guys met Numby yet? I guess they're off playing somewhere.
So, Miss Topaz, what exactly will it take for the IPC to go easier on Belebog? Bronya invested so much just to make this world a little better. And now, it feels like all of her efforts will be undone in the blink of an eye. It's just so cruel.
What do you take the IPC for, Miss March? We're just the same as Belebog's architects. We're all followers of the preservation. No matter what solutions we propose, we will always take the welfare of the people of Belebog into consideration. Otherwise, we'd be no different from the Legion, would we?
I'm gonna say bullshit a lot this stream, apparently. Because otherwise... Oh my gosh, I have so many thoughts. I want to see, now I'm just over here like, give me the lore. Give me IPC's business, like, module, and, like, give me, like, 10 pages of it, please, because, like, you shouldn't be charging them interest, because you literally stated that you have already written off the amount of money you put in as a write-off. Especially because supposedly you all saw that the Stellaron was coming and decided to leave in numbers, and so you invested money so that the town could defend itself, but knowing that they would not most likely not be able to, so you know it was going to be a losing investment. So I just don't believe that they even invested it knowing that they would get their money back. So I'm over here just like, I need detailed business analysis papers, please.
So you're saying there's nothing to worry about? But Branya...
Don't worry yourself too much. The Supreme Guardian is a wise person. She'll understand. But to answer your question directly, it'd take a miracle. I'll complete the Arillo 6 project no matter what obstacles I encounter.
This isn't going as planned. What should we do?
I wouldn't waste too much energy on this matter. Why not make the most of the festive atmosphere? Oh, looks like one of my colleagues is after me. My apologies, but I should probably take this.
I thought you didn't answer your phone during work hours.
So, what now? We spent ages trying to convince her and she didn't move an inch.
You didn't try to convince her. We asked one question, and then after that we were just kind of being like, oh, but can't you please be easy on the Belebogians? No. We haven't made good overtures.
You sure? I really don't think she'll change her mind.
I think you all should come up with better strategies on things that you're supposed to be asking her to prove that the debt is not the Belebogians, but you know.
I guess Miss Topaz is just doing her job. And as far as the Express is concerned, I think it'd be unwise to make the IPC our enemy. All these vested interests. So hard to undo any of it. They teach this stuff in school. Wait. Did I even go to school? Did someone send you a message?
Zila. I heard you're back in Belebog, Kalis. Give me a shout when you have a minute. It's urgent. Bunch of rascals came down to the underworld and took over the Great Mine by force. I asked Branya what to do, and she told me not to mess with them for the time being. Branya was right. It's probably best not to mess with them. Too late. Wildfire and the Silvermane guards already engaged with them. But those jerks have super advanced fancy weapons with jacked up damage. We can't handle them. I'm sending you an SOS because I'm running out of ideas.
Huh? The IPC are causing trouble in the underworld? Already?
Yeah, like, they're not allowed to start taking over resources until it's proven. Like, you have to, there's a waiting period. If they're like, you have to pay off this debt, and even if you're late, it's like you have X amount of days to start paying it before we start stripping you of your, like, taking your stuff, essentially, or anything of value to pay off your debt for you. So they shouldn't already be taking over the underworld. That makes no sense.
Seriously? Topaz was just talking about taking the welfare of the people of Belebog into consideration. Now they're pulling this stunt? You really can't trust these money-hungry IPC suits for a minute.
Capitalism, babe.
I really did jinx us. I don't think I have it in me to play the hero today. I guess complaining won't get us anywhere. Let's go lend them a hand.
It's getting late. Where to now?
I enjoy that the game is just teleporting me places. That's nice.
Hey! Am I glad to see you two here? I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out. Nobody's been seriously hurt, but a few Wildfire members got minor injuries. Fortunately for us, it seems like they were holding back. Their weapons and automatons are much stronger than anything we have. You see those two in black? They've been guarding the mine entrance. They're not letting anyone in or out. Hey, just because you have fancy equipment doesn't mean you can bully us. Who do you think you are? What's the matter? Got nothing to say?
What's going on inside the mine? Any ideas?
Oh, she changed back into her in her original outfit.
A few miners made it out earlier. They looked pretty panicked. They said the whole mine had been seized by the people in black. These uninvited guests keep talking about asset evaluation, whatever that means. All I know is that they're seriously disrupting the lives of the Underworlders. Who?
We were just talking to her in the museum. Do you think her cronies are acting without her authorization?
The person you're talking about. Are they in charge of the people in black? Topaz, Pasto, whatever her name is, she can wait. Right now, the most important thing is to free those trapped in the Great Mine. Are you two with me?
Well, let's fight. It's time to duel.
You two. Cat got your tongue or something? If you knew what was best for you, you'd get out of my way.
You guys must be exhausted standing here all day. How about you take a little lunch break? I'm sure the IPC allows that, right?
Seriously, get some lunch, bro.
What's their deal?
You two were talking to the director in the snow plains.
So it's you! You're the one who was threatening to take us out in the snow plains. Do you even know who you're talking to? If your boss knows to treat us with respect, you'd better start showing some yourself.
Yeah, seriously?
I can't let you pass. My team leader said that if anyone gets through, I'll lose 6 months of performance bonuses.
Team leader? You're even lower on the pecking order than I thought.
Shut up! I spent 7 years on a forsaken asteroid preparing to join the IPC. I went through 17 interviews before they finally hired me. What right do you deadbeats have to criticize me?
IPC? Interviews? I don't know what you're rambling on about, but you're really testing my patience. No need to waste our breath on this idiot. Let's do this.
Okay, so I haven't been able to say it because we've been busy, but the weapon they're using kind of looks like Zhang Li's, like, cannon weapon. I know that, there's been some thoughts that Zhang Li in Genshin Impact is, originally from the Honkai Star Rail universe, and that he, kind of, like, moved universes to the one that the Genshin one is in. So I thought it was interesting that the weapons kind of look like his. Now that could just be because there are only so many designs, so of course there'll be some design overlap, but I was kind of curious about that.
That's it? He sure took off quickly.
17 rounds of interviews and these are the best people they can find? What a joke.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I've been warned that the ones in the mine won't go down without a fight. Let's set off when you're ready. Ready for action? It's time to kick the IPC out of the underworld. Let's get moving.
Oh, it's a dungeon. Okay. I'm kind of curious if the twist here is going to be Svarog.
Hello. It's Mr. Svarog, isn't it? And this cute little girl must be Clara.
Hello, miss. Are you...
I'm Topaz. I've come to have a chat with Mr. Svarog.
Clara, go inside and wait for me.
Huh? But if you have a guest, maybe I should...
She is not a guest. Neither is she a friend. Go, Clara. Everything will be fine.
I'm really not a fan of the new voice that we have for Svarog. I liked his original
it seems
voice.
My source was right. Who would have thought that such a strong bond could exist between a giant robot and a little girl? So heartwarming.
So anyway, what I was gonna say is that I wonder if the twist is going to be that the IPC is not actually trying to get a debt out of Belebog. Like I said, they would have already written off the debt. But Topaz seems like she's pretty ambitious, and so what if she's coming here completely on her own accord, not with the IPC's, like, blessing. And she is trying to see if she can get this money out of Belebog, because if she's able to go back to the IPC and be like, look, I got this debt that was owed, like, what was it, like 500 years ago with all this interest, she can be like, use it as an example of a completed assignment to maybe get a promotion or a bonus or something. So I'm kind of curious if it's going to just be like the IPC is like an evil indebtor kind of thing, or if it's going to be like a Topaz kind of doing her own thing without permission, and then we kind of thing. So I'm curious which way this will play out.
You bear the insignia of the Interastral Peace Corporation. What is your motive for coming here?
Straight to the point, huh? I like your style. Eurillo 6. Are robots familiar with that term? Anyway, it refers to the planet we're currently standing on. It's about to become the property of the IPC. No one can reverse this outcome. Not you, not the Nameless, nor any power in the galaxy. I only care about one thing right now. Demonstrating to the shareholders of the IPC that Eurillo 6 can generate value. In the long run, this is a way, the only way, to ensure Belebog's long-term interests. I need your help to achieve this goal.
Long-term interests, undefined. Analyzing objectives, analysis failed. Tell me, emissary, how do you plan to convince the IPC leadership?
That's simple. I'll show you.
A cube.
Source code, or to be more precise, source code that is able to take control of all mechanized units in Belebog. I'm sure you're familiar with this. All mechanized units manufactured in Belebog over the last 700 years utilize the underlying systems created by the IPC. The code is so refined that the engineers never saw any reason to change it. I assume you're also aware that there was once a large automaton factory in the underworld. Thousands upon thousands of automatons, enough to crush the Legion's vanguard, lay dormant within. This is my bargaining chip for negotiating with the higher-ups. I'll convince them that Eurillo 6 has a place in the company's long-term strategy. But first, I need a guide to show me where these automatons are buried.
I understand. Your long-term interests can be defined as the survival of civilization at a macro level. What are your intentions for the people currently living here?
Their future has already been purchased. All I can do is make them accept this fact, using a relatively peaceful approach.
Relatively my ass.
I understand. I will assist you with your plan.
Oh, so you're not as stubborn as the rumors suggest.
The future you speak of is beyond my computational range, but my emotional analysis indicates that you are indeed trying to find ways to ensure the survival of this world. Additionally, calculations indicate a 96.4% probability of compliance through force if I refuse to cooperate.
Your calculations are slightly on the conservative side.
Maybe I'm just a violent person, but every time I see things like this, I always am just like, I know that obviously we can't defeat the IPC on a whole, but like, at least Topaz herself, we could 100% take out.
Here's to our future cooperation. If you wouldn't mind leading the way, Mr. Svarog.
Meanwhile, the Great Mine with Sela and the Trailblazer. Oh, it's the little work
All
trotter.
the miners here, huddled together. Anyone else getting deja vu?
Well, the situation here is pretty similar to when you first arrived. It's just that instead of a few thugs and broken robots, now we're dealing with much more formidable adversaries.
Hey, check it out! Isn't that Topaz's little trotter over there? Oh, what was it again? Numby, right?
What? Isn't that thing a fragmentum monster? She's keeping one as a pet?
The IPC are all about their sci-fi sorcery, so it's not that surprising. Wanna go take a look? Sounds like you two are getting along. What's Numby saying? Seriously? You actually speak Trotter?
Look, you guys. Looks like it wants to leave.
Looks like they want to find their master. Let's follow them.
Help! Those people dressed in black are attacking us!
Hey, I'm talking to you. Where do you guys store the geomap?
I really don't know any.
This place is filled with nothing but incompetence.
Those cowards! I guess they want to do this the hard way.
Show no mercy. Here, this thunder.
It'll take more than that.
Conflict is pitiless.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Looks like Numby's in a good mood.
But aren't they on the IPC side? Strange.
Look, that big guy down there. Is he the one in charge?
We'll see who's really in charge. Let's go.
Huh? Where'd Numby go?
Wow. For something so short and stubby, you're surprisingly nimble. Well, guess that's that. We're on our own now. Let's keep going.
This feels very orchestrated. I feel like... this definitely feels orchestrated, like we're being led around. So potentially a third option is maybe she is trying to help the people of Belebog. And so she's going to use a greedy coworker as a downfall in a way to like...
Nice.
My brain's not working. In a way to like lower the debt somehow, being like, oh, our collectors did not work in a refined manner, and so we can slash the debt by X amount and extend the repayment period or something like that.
Hey, you! Are you in charge around here?
All local. The IPC is currently conducting asset evaluation work here. Local residents are advised to follow those responsible for evacuation to the...
Don't lie to us! You seized the mine by force for yourself. You drove the locals out of their homes. I'm warning you. Get lost or suffer the consequences. Don't you dare show your face around here again!
And who might you be? You have quite the attitude. This is our jurisdiction now. We are all powerful here.
Yeah, we demand to speak with Topaz.
You know Topaz? Interesting. It doesn't matter. The Strategic Investment Department has no obligation to talk to anyone not related to this project. In cases where debtors fail to repay within the set time frame, the IPC reserves the right to skip negotiations and take over all assets. We're simply following the rules. What exactly is your problem?
You know, it's funny how the rules always seem to work in your favor, don't you think? This world's been hanging by a thread, and now you're here to pull the plug on it.
Don't blame me. I'm simply following orders. Do you think I get to make those kinds of decisions?
Save your breath, March. I never held out any hope of resolving this problem peacefully. Didn't you claim the IPC was all-powerful? Well, now's the perfect chance to show us what you can do.
If I knew things were gonna get this heated, I'd have applied for overtime. Anyway, since you seem intent on settling this matter with violence, prepare yourselves for my heavy laser cannon.
Rules are made to be broken. Show no mercy. Here, this thunder. Conflict is pitiless. Bloom. The dead return.
Interesting. These are definitely new monsters that I haven't fought before. So the guy in the middle seems to be both tanky and also a buffer.
Is that all? Rules are made to be broken. Show no mercy. Heal trifling. Here, this thunder. A will forged in ice never falters. It'll take more than that. Conflict is pitiless. Heal trifling.
But with how fast that he summons minions, I don't know if there's a point in even taking out the minions, because he just resummons them immediately. Propagation! Oh my gosh, that's the path I've been trying to remember the name of for quite literally over an hour. I was like, it starts with a P, but I can't remember what it is. Propagation.
Rules are made to be broken.
Sleep well. Thanks so much for popping in. So glad to hear from you. Thank you. I probably will only be here for like another 40 minutes. But thanks so much for popping in.
A will forged in ice never falters. It'll take more than that. Rules are made to be broken. Here, this thunder. Show no mercy.
This feels like fighting the propagation path. Like, it's gonna take us a while to get through this fight.
It'll take more than that. A will forged in ice never falters! It'll heal. Is that all? Rules are made to be broken. Trifling. Is that all? A will forged in ice never falters! Conflict is pitiless! Show no mercy. Is that all? I underestimated you. The dead return!
Well, we're almost a quarter of the way there.
A will forged in ice never falters! Is that all? Here is thunder! Show no mercy. It'll take more than that. Rules are made to be broken. The dead return!
Oh, we actually finally had all the grunts down off the field. Just for him to resummon all of them, but you know. I think the only reason I'm surviving this so far is because of Gepard
Never falters!
and his shields. Hopefully we don't have to fight a lot of these. This is taking a while.
Trifling. Nothing major. Rules.
Alright, one more hit maybe? Thank goodness. That took like 5 minutes.
Who are you people? Not even our tech could take you down.
We took down the Doomsday Beast, the Stellaron, and Fantilia. Did you really think you could stop us?
Darn it. I'm all out of ammo.
Sir, we've just received word from the director.
Director Topaz? What did she say?
Teams are not to disrupt the lives of local inhabitants during the asset evaluation period. Teams that violate this directive will have their year-end bonuses reduced by 60%!
60%? We're done for. Attention all personnel. Evacuate the mine immediately. Erase all traces of your presence.
So, are we all good here, or what?
Yeah. Judging by the looks on their faces, I don't think they'll be back. So, who is this Topaz anyway? She seems to have no problem ordering these idiots around. Or taming fragmentum creatures, for that matter.
It's a long story.
Debt? What do you mean?
You should probably ask Branya to explain it to you.
Why did this mess have to happen so close to the festivities? The timing couldn't have been any worse.
Oh, looks like we've got a message.
Where are you, Marching Kalis? Are you alright? Branya, we're in the underworld right now. The IPC took over the Great Mine. Us and Sela got them kicked out. I see, here was Sela. How are things going? Did you get hurt? Don't worry, we can totally handle this. I'm afraid the IPC won't stop there. I see. Thanks for trying to negotiate with Topaz. This wasn't your responsibility in the first place. Something just happened here and I can't explain it clearly in messages. Could you come back to the Clypop Fort? I need your advice from you two on this issue.
Huh. I get the feeling Branya's worried about something. We'd better go back and see her. Are you coming with us, Sela?
Go on without me. I still have stuff to take care of. The miners need to know what happened here. Branya messaged you, which means she thinks you can help. I trust her judgment.
Got it, Sela. We'll do what we can to help Branya out. Come on, to Clypop Fort!
Meanwhile, in Rivet Town...
These guys don't look pleased to see us.
By order of the Supreme Guardian, proceed no further, Miss Topaz.
Belebog might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket. See you later, Captain.
Bitch. Dislike her even more now.
Welcome back. I appreciate your help more than I can express. It couldn't have been easy running all over the city.
That's what friends are for, Branya. You don't sound like yourself. Is something wrong?
I'm fine. I haven't rested in a while. There's just too much happening all at once. Perhaps, but the IPC won't wait for me to catch up. They're moving quickly. Belebog is crawling with their agents. All they talk about is asset evaluation. Silver lining is that apart from the mine incident you mentioned, there haven't been any major conflicts in other areas. I suppose Topaz must have issued an order against harassing the citizenry. Still, that hasn't stopped panic from building. People are confused. They don't know where these strangers in black came from, nor what their intentions are.
Did you manage to get in touch with Topaz again? We're curious to know what solution she has in mind.
That's the reason I asked for you to come here. I need your advice. Look.
It's...
the contract Topaz sent to me a little while ago. There's a handwritten letter attached. Please take a look at the contents, and then tell me your thoughts.
Miss Branya, if you'll permit me to call you that, I'd like to share a story with you from my own life.
Oh yeah, another thing about debt in a lot of countries is that if you manage not to pay it for so much time, it gets written off. So if they make any payments on it, even after it's been written off by the company, they're essentially reclaiming the debt for whatever price that they start repaying it at, and so that's also another reason they should not pay it.
In your eyes, the IPC may seem heartless or cruel. But in reality, we all have a story to tell. As for myself, I was born on a small, unremarkable planet at the edge of the galaxy. A place whose name is known only to the native inhabitants. My home planet was extremely resource poor. To survive, people worked laboriously, manufacturing products for other civilizations in the galaxy, mostly in chemical or heavy industries. Given these circumstances, the natural environment of my home planet became increasingly harsh. I don't recall the exact moment when it happened, but People started wearing respirators just to walk down the street. All you could hear were the wheezing coughs of the people, day and night. My home was facing its demise. The relatively wealthy chose interstellar migration and started anew. The majority who stayed could only struggle on amidst sewage, acid rain, and dust, waiting for the end. Finally, one fateful day, the IPC arrived on my home planet. They had the technology to repair our planet's damaged environment. In return for their help, they asked for just one thing: that all inhabitants sign a contract which would make them employees of the IPC. 2 years after signing the contract, the dark clouds and haze disappeared, and people began to take off their masks. After 3 years, vegetation and trees began to grow and thrive again. After 5 years, many animals, previously on the brink of extinction, reappeared. When I was finally old enough, I officially became a member of the Strategic Investment Department. I witnessed the changes that took place on my homeworld, and was determined to bring the same changes to many other worlds in the galaxy that were experiencing the same plight. I am writing to you, Miss Branya, with the genuine desire to express something important. I know freedom is precious to people, but in reality, there are things of much greater value, such as survival. How many generations of Belebogians will it take to embrace the stars again without assistance? Who can guarantee that every future Guardian will be as prudent and enlightened as you? How can you guarantee that a disaster such as the Stellaron crisis will not descend upon Belebog yet again? I have already negotiated the best possible deal for you. Once you sign this contract, all of Belebog's debts will be forgiven. In addition, the IPC will set up a special team to support the reconstruction of Urilla 6. I can understand that for you, this is an extremely difficult decision, because you, and you alone, will bear the fate of all Belebogians. But because of this, I believe that you will make the right decision. A decision that will truly benefit your people.
Her words do sound quite sincere. What do you make of it?
Considering we've had an entire another event where they were trying to take the business on the CN show, where they were trying to take the business away from people so they could turn it into manufacturing warehouse. I trust the IPC less than I trust an ant around a sugar cube.
I agree, but it struck me as an honest letter. I found the contents quite moving. It's hard to imagine she'd write something like this just to deceive me. In any case, she wasn't wrong when she said this would be an extremely difficult decision. This planet's fate, the civilization it carries, everything that's happened here and everything that will happen, it all rests in my hands. This definitely can't and shouldn't be a decision made by me alone. That thought has crossed my mind, and it comforts me to hear you say that.
Right. I don't think it's fair for you to carry the weight alone. Why not discuss it with others first?
Topaz hasn't given me much time to consider. She wants me to decide as soon as possible.
And that shows that there's something shady with this deal, because if it was an honest business decision, they would not be enforcing car salesmanship rules of, oh, I'm gonna pressure you into signing this as quickly as possible because of the fact that if I give you the time to actually think about it, you'll see the cracks and the loopholes in it. I think it's something shady. I don't trust her.
I wanted to put it to a vote and let all the citizens of both the overworld and the underworld have their say. But with such little time, I'm afraid that's a lost cause.
That's the other thing. Her story is like, oh, we allowed every single citizen on the planet to decide to become IPC citizens. Well, then this one, it's like, oh, you should sign it away. for all of your people. I like that Bronya's trying to make it so that everybody can vote.
I'll convene the Klapoth Fort architects immediately to discuss the contract. As for the locals, I'd like you to gauge their stance on the matter. The people of Belebog hold both of you in high regard. They'll most certainly be willing to tell you their thoughts. Yes, we need to move fast.
We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should be a piece of cake.
Thank you, March. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
All right. If we want to make an informed decision, we need to hear from both the overworld and the underworld, right?
You know what I mean.
Well, look who we have here! You and Marge paying us a visit. What's the occasion? Uh-oh. Sounds like something serious is happening. You'd better fill me in.
You tell Serval about the IPC debt and the choice facing Bronya.
What? How is that possible? I need a moment to wrap my head around this.
Serval, we're racing against the clock. No time for head wrapping.
It's okay. I've thought it through. If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
What? Hold on, are you serious? I thought you'd be against it for sure.
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple. Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them. You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I probably wouldn't hesitate.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion. We meet again. How have you two been? Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious. Sounds serious. I'm all ears.
You tell Pela about the IPC debt.
Really? You better not be making things up. I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, it's all true. We don't have much time, Pela. Bronya wants to get everyone's opinion. Wait, you're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to think it over. Okay, I think I've got it. If it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the IPC's conditions. Huh. Okay. Any particular reason? I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, it'll take 3 or 4 more generations for the snow to completely subside, and that's assuming no other disasters occur. I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then I think that's a price well worth paying. Building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit? I see. So compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure the people around you have a good life. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Belebog so soon. It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and even the Silvermane guards have had trouble dealing with them. You need my opinion? I'm happy to help.
You tell Dunn about the IPC debt.
So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can do to assist her?
We're here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of time. What's your take?
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course. There is no room for compromise. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract? Faced with this sort of coercion, we must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not an option. You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into their trap.
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dunn. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
So we have 2 for, 1 against. So the citizens are more for...
Did we miss anyone in the overworld? I think we asked just about everyone we needed to. From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the overworld are leaning towards signing the IPC's contract. We'd better hurry to the underworld and see what Natasha and Zila make of it all.
I feel like it's gonna end up being one of those, like, the overworld's like yes, and the underworld's like no.
It's getting late. Where to now?
What brings you two to the underworld? And why the long face? Seems a little out of the blue, but since you came all this way, it must be urgent. Go ahead.
You tell Natasha about the debt.
That is a lot of information to take in. Sorry, both of you. I know you're in a hurry, but I need a moment to think.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us what you really think.
I've thought about it, and... well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it. I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belebog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security will end up with neither.
Yeah, that's one. It's just like if you, I've read something similar that is essentially just like the more rights that you're willing to give up just to maintain a peaceful society means the eventual destruction of that society.
Living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful cage.
Wow. That's a pretty convincing argument. Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight, Nat.
I would love to get Sampo's opinion because we know that Sampo's an off-worlder, so I wonder how his opinion of the IPC is.
None other than the saviors of Belebog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me. But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping by to say hi. Let me guess. Something to do with these unruly people in black showing up everywhere? Well, ask away. It just so happens I'm curious about them myself. Maybe I can be of some help.
I feel like it's gonna end up being tied and then we have to make the deciding vote.
See. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone someone as young as Lady Bronya.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belebog, you have the most life experience. What do you think we should do?
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belebog back to its former self overnight, then I think the answer is clear. Have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, is that something we can manage on our own? What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
Huh. I guess I never looked at it from that angle. I wouldn't wish that title on anyone. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg. Another vote for the 4 pile.
And then I think Zila is our last person. I would love to know where Sampo is, because I feel like... Oh, is Clara gonna be our last person? She can tell us that Svarog was whisked away.
Miss March, big brother. What brings you to the underworld?
Hey there, Clara. Is Svarog not around?
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with a lady called Topaz.
What? Topaz? Do you know where they went?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Svarog promised he'd be back soon.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get his opinion. True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her age.
Huh? Miss March, do you want to ask me something?
You tell Clara about the debt.
That's complicated. I don't know what to say.
It's alright, Clara. No pressure. Just tell us how you feel about it.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's decision. Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams. Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true? Just taking away people's dreams like that. I don't know. It feels wrong.
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is possible. Just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me shiver. Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us.
Like I said, so it ended up being tied. And so we'll explain that to Branya. After collecting more citizens' opinion, the final results came in.
All that running around has worn me out. So, the final conclusion is...
a tie.
The votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really compelling arguments. Right! We haven't asked Zila. She's probably still in the Great Mine helping the miners. Come on, let's get going.
I was thinking Sampo, but Zila counts too.
Back so soon? Any news? Are you feeling alright? You look a little uneasy. Important matter, huh? I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted chat. But I'm ready to hear it.
You tell Zila about the IPC debt.
I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belebog was at stake, right?
Right. I need a little time to process this.
As it stands, the votes are even. Your opinion will make all the difference.
Marge, don't tell her that.
In that case, I abstain.
What?
I thought about it. This responsibility rests on Branya's shoulders, not mine. No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. She can see the bigger picture more clearly than I can. The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly impact her final choice. I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but it's not my place to make it for her.
Understood, Zila. This is a difficult decision to make, and everyone feels differently about it. It's times like these that a leader must stand up and do what's needed.
Right. It's Branya's decision. She knows what's at stake. She won't run away from her duty. I trust her wholeheartedly. If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning. She'll understand.
Well, it's all in Bronya's hands now. She has to make the final call. Right? I'm glad Belebog has someone like her in charge. The time has come. Let's go fill her in. I'm curious to see how she's handling those Klapoth ministers.
Probably tied, just like we are.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Whoa, the fort's packed. I've never seen this many people here before. Oh, jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
March, you're back. So, what's the verdict? What do the people think?
We talked to people in both the overworld and the underworld. The final result was a tie.
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. I can't say I'm surprised. What was Zila's perspective on the matter? I should have known. That sounds like Zila, all right.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers? Oh, it's so loud I can't tell what anyone's saying.
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party is willing to compromise. The time has come to make a decision. This chaos cannot be allowed to continue any longer.
How could you
Enough! All of you!
I know what to do.
Wait! I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
But aren't you?
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himeko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without your support. If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome. I'm afraid the current circumstances are quite exceptional.
I understand, Miss Rania. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel. I hesitate to call it a solution, but I might have some information that might help. It is my hope that with this information, you will be better equipped as the Supreme Guardian to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himeko.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belebog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
You mean...
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himiko. This information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader, I cannot let the future of Belebog hinge on a roll of the dice.
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Branya.
Astral friends, I have an idea, but for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation. I need some time to rally all the residents in the city. And then, I'll meet with Topaz again. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belebog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Belebog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe, everyone.
Are we gonna ask little AI again where she is? We can talk here, Gepard, and share your reports with the crew. Yes, Lady Branya. More details, the better. The Supreme Guardian ordered me to garrison in Rivertown with Silvermane guards and automatons to stop the IPC infiltration. The defense went smoothly at first, but Topaz herself appeared with some special technology that allowed her to seize control of our automatons in an instant. It seems Topaz is heading for a certain area in the depths of Rivertown. For some reason, Svarog is with her too. Svarog? Is he trying to go against us again? I hope not. My instincts tell me that there's something else behind this, but I don't know for sure yet. At least we know where we can find Topaz. Let's go, March, Kalis.
Should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old stomping grounds for another adventure.
Alright, so we have about 2 minutes until it's been 2 hours. I'm curious how far we're into this. Because I don't have more time today, but I do want to know for the future. Like, how cool, like, if I need to try and carve out a time to do more of this later this week. What is it called? Future Market Quest Parts Honkai. Okay, so part 2. Where are we? Jolted awake from a winter dream. Okay, so it looks like we're like most of the way through. So if we had like another hour, we could probably finish this. But we don't. But I do have tomorrow off. And so I'm gonna probably try and squeeze out some time to do the rest of this tomorrow. But let's see what this one is like. This Planner Infinity one. See if it's just like a battle simulator or what it is. It's the accident again. The plane functioned working pretty well last time, so each of us used the function to experiment a little, and we all made some mistakes in the system codes. Each of you? Me, Ronmei, Squirlium, Steven, I don't care what they did. We just damaged the code a little. Just a little, but these bugs in the codes are expanding like mad in the universe, and everything is becoming endless. Just go in there yourself, you know what I mean. Okay, do you see this? This is the entrance. Try accessing it. In Planar Infinity event, each plane comprises of ordinary planes and the final trial. Ordinary planes are made up of 7 different exploration domains. You can accumulate a vast amount of blessings and curio in ordinary planes before challenging the final trial. And then after clearing ordinary planes, the final trial will be unlocked. The final trial is multiple waves of extremely difficult battles. They give increasingly greater amounts of trial points and rewards that waves you may defeat. I can't... Oh, well, it's gonna make me. Upgraded curios included in the initial gift, Cosmic Battle, big da-da-da. Okay, click here to view the curio details. Curios with the Mark of Infinity, a transformed curio exclusive to the Planner events. They have special effects and exclusive blessings. They do not unlock. Okay, so it's literally just like a limited time, simulated universe thing. And then this gives you, like, stuff. Okay, cool. I'll just do this in our off time then, because you all don't need to see this, because it literally looks like it's just a short-term simulated universe with rewards. Which look like it's mostly Stellar Jade and whatnot. Let me... Yeah, so I'll just do this on our off time, in my off time to get this done. It doesn't look like there's too much, like, plot in that one. It's just a short-term battle one. And then I'm gonna try to do some streaming tomorrow, but considering that this event only needs, like, this one, considering that this event looks like it only needs about another 2 hours to complete, 2 to 3 hours, and I think this event has another 7 days. Yeah, which means we could still do this next Sunday if I'm not able to stream tomorrow, and we should be able to get it done. And since I can do this one in our off time, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so I'll either see you all tomorrow at the time of this live stream, or I'll see you next Sunday, but we should be able to get this done in time. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day, and that you all get a good night's rest, or that you get whatever it is that you want to get done. Accomplishments and all that. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.